Alright besties, it's officially that time of year. The air is crisp, the leaves are dramatic, and my fall bucket list, well, she's stacked. Cue the crunching leaves, the pumpkin spice lattes, the golden sunsets, baking, coziness, comfort, and Gilmore Girls. This is my ultimate fall bucket list. Fall is going to be here way before we know it. For me, it is already fall. I'm a fall girl here on, here out, and I am so excited. I've honestly been waiting for fall to come around since June, and I am so excited that it's finally August and pumpkins coming back, and you go into the stores and you see all the fall decorations. And if you know me, you know that means nothing other than we are here for a fall bucket list. I think fall is one of the biggest seasons to actually have a lot of activities to do, whether it's pumpkin picking, apple picking, going thrifting, going on a hayride, baking, having a cozy night, whatever it is. There's just so many things that you can incorporate into fall and put it into a little fall activity list. So I have 100+ things of stuff I want to do this fall, and we need to get started right now because it's definitely going to take a minute to get through. Starting off strong, I have decorate for fall. I personally love decorating my room. I love decorating my space for every single season. I think it's really important for me to romanticize every season, and I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I used to love fall because I didn't. However, the more and more I incorporated everything into my life that I knew I loved about fall, I've really started to, I think, mature a little bit and just grow that appreciation for fall, which I really love. Decorating for fall is something I really do look forward to now, and something that I always want to have honestly done way before the season happens. And I think that doing it for me in August and having all the fall decorations up throughout October, November is just something I really like to romanticize. Next, I have create a fall Pinterest board. If you know me, you know I love Pinterest. Pinterest is really where I get a lot of my inspiration from, and for me personally, I'm just obsessed with all of that coziness on Pinterest. I think there's so many cool ways to incorporate inspiration and fall into your life, and I try to do that a lot because it just makes me so much happier as a person. And I think just sitting down and creating a fall bucket list but having it in a virtual space like Pinterest is something that I've really grown to love throughout the years, and something I highly recommend doing. And for me personally, I have all different types of boards. So I have like autumn cozy, I have fall fashion, I have fall inspiration, I have a monthly board, so September, October, November, and I just incorporate anything I think that goes into those categories into those boards, and I honestly have so much fun doing it. Next, I have bake fall cookies. I am a big baker. I love baking throughout any type of season, but especially during the fall season and the winter season. I don't know why, but something about baking really reminds me of comfort and coziness, and because of that, I really romanticize it the most during the fall. And just think of those Pillsbury cookies. I'm obsessed with those. I think they're amazing, and a lot of them really come out during the fall time and the winter time. But even just biting into a good pumpkin spice cookie, oh my gosh, it's amazing. Next, I've watched Gilmore Girls. If you know me, once again, I love Gilmore Girls. I actually watch it every single fall season because it really just incorporates all of those fall vibes that I'm really looking for. And honestly, it's one of my comfort shows. If you haven't watched Gilmore Girls, I would recommend it because it's really good. Next, I have create a fall spritz. I love Aperol spritz, and I saw on Pinterest and also TikTok that there was like this fall Hugo Aperol spritz going around, and it just looked so pretty, and I definitely want to do it this year. If I can find it, I'll have the recipe down below. This is 21+, but you can also do like a mocktail fall spritz, and that could be really cool as well. Next, I have host a football party and have some buffalo chicken dip. For some reason, I really think about buffalo chicken dip during like the fall football season. I love football. I love going to the games. I think they're so fun. Personally, I'm a Dallas Cowboy fan, so is my boyfriend, so is his family, and so is my family. But I just love going to all the football parties, going to the games, having fun with the football games, and I think hosting a little party with your friends or your family could be really fun. Next, I go apple picking. I love apple picking. I think apple picking is one of my favorite activities to do during the fall. It's so fun. I really learned how to romanticize it, and I just love biting into a fresh apple that you get from the apple tree farm. I think there's something so different about it than getting an apple from the store, and it's also just a fun activity that I love doing with my boyfriend and his family every single year. So fun, and would highly recommend it. Going along with that, make an apple pie. I love apple pie, and when I say I love apple pie, I mean I love the smell of it. I love making the pie, and I love being able to smell that coziness in my home. Personally, I do not like the taste of apple pie. I think it has something to do with the mushiness of the apples. I tried it last year, and honestly, when I was making the filling and the apples weren't cooked, it was amazing. But then when the apples were cooked, I just have a really bad texture issue, and I think that's why I didn't like it. But it smelled so good, and my family and my boyfriend's family who like apple pie said it was really good. So I know it was good, I just think I don't like the actual texture of it, but it's still really fun to bake, and I always have fun while doing it, and it makes the house smell really good as well. Going along with that, I have a Have an Autumn in NYC day. If you love Gossip Girl, you know that little saying, there's nothing quite like autumn in New York. And for me personally, I really appreciated that line, but really resonate with it. I think autumn in New York is honestly elite. I love all of the fall vibes and fall scenery you can see, especially the changing of the leaves. But I also love how they romanticize fall. I think every single corner you look at, there's so much fall things, and I'm very excited about it. Next, I have try fall drinks. I love going to the Starbucks drive-thrus during the fall season, especially when pumpkin first comes back, and trying out a new fall drink. I do this every single year, and I think there's something so cozy about it, so comforting, but also just something that makes me so happy and really reminds me of that fall spirit. This year, I think Dunkin's coming out with a cereal drink, and I'm very excited to try that. And I'm also just excited to have a pumpkin spice latte in hand again, because I mean, if you love pumpkin, who wouldn't be? Next, I'd go to a pumpkin patch. I love pumpkin picking. I really love going on the hay rides to the pumpkin field and being able to pick out my own pumpkin. And I also love taking pictures at the pumpkin patch. I think it's just so fun, and there's so many different cool poses that you can do that I'm very excited for. Next, I have get some fall nails. I actually have like my summer to fall transition nails on right now, and I think they're so cute. I saw a lot of different fall nail designs that I definitely want to incorporate into my fall nails this year, and I just think there's something so fun about getting your nails done and really romanticizing that season that you're in. Next, I've watched Gossip Girl. As I said, I love Gossip Girl. I think Gossip Girl and Gilmore Girls are my two top shows during the fall, and honestly, Gossip Girl is probably my favorite show ever. I think that there's certain scenes in Gossip Girl that really remind me of fall, like Blair's birthday, and especially the Thanksgiving scene. That scene is so iconic, and I feel like it's just something that needs to be mentioned. If you have not watched Gossip Girl before and you're wondering what I'm talking about, just go to the Thanksgiving scene of Gossip Girl and at least watch that part, because it's iconic. Next, I know before I said to host a football party, but also I have go to a football game. I really love going to these, whether it's a college football game or a NFL football game. They're so fun, and it's just a different vibe. You can tailgate, you can have some food, you can have some drinks, and then just being able to sit in the stadium and watch the game under the lights and just have that experience is so fun. Next, I have go to a haunted house. Personally, I don't like haunted houses. I am just not the type of person that likes being scared, especially when it's jump scares, but I know some people do like that. A lot of my friends do, so I wanted to put it on here because it is something to do during the fall if you do like that stuff. Going along with that, I have go on a haunted hayride. Personally, I don't like this either. Like I said, I don't like being scared. However, I did go on a haunted hayride once or twice, and it wasn't the worst thing. I did have fun at the end, and me and my friends were laughing a lot, so I'm not as opposed to doing that. If you like being scared and you don't mind the jump scares, it is a fun time. Next, I have try fall cocktails. So for this, I think it would be really fun to host a little fall themed party and have all of your friends create one fall cocktail, or if you're not 21, then a mocktail. I think this would be so fun to do, and you can name them like really cool fall or Halloween created names, and I don't know, I think that would be very fun. Next, I have make a fall playlist. I think something big with romanticizing every single season for me is really getting myself into that mood. There's a Gilmore Girls playlist that I've been listening to for years on Spotify. It's not mine. I will have a picture of it on the screen, and I'll try to link it down below, but it honestly just screams fall vibes, and I really appreciate it, especially when the leaves are changing colors. Oh my gosh, it just gets me in a great mood. Next, I have eat candy corn. I love candy corn, and I know a lot of people don't like candy corn, which is honestly kind of shocking to me because I think it's so good, but I do know a lot of people don't, and that's completely fine. But I personally love the like jelly bean candy corns. They're real candy corns, but they're by the brand Jelly Bean. I get them in TJ Maxx and Home Goods, and the reason I get those is because they're the only ones that don't have coconut oil in them, at least the ones that I can find. Oh my gosh, they're so good. I can eat the whole bag in one sitting. Next, I have a fall photo shoot. If you know me, you know I love creating content, obviously, but I also love taking pictures, especially on my Canon G7X or on a digital camera or something like that. And I think that having a little day with your friends dedicated to taking all different types of fall photos could be really fun. You can do outfit changes, you could go to different sceneries, you could take pictures in the changing colors of the leaves. I think it could be so wholesome and a great time. Next, I have paint pumpkins. I did this last year. My pumpkin came out very questionable, but that doesn't matter to me. It was just a really fun time, and I had such a great experience with everyone I was doing it with. with. I think it's really fun to just sit there and really romanticize the moment. I painted my pumpkin pink and then put little ghost over it, and honestly it didn't look too bad. It was a little questionable, but it was more for the experience and it was a great time. I'm really trying not to say the word fun as many times as I have already in this video. Next, I have watched a scary movie. As you could probably assume, I don't like scary movies, but I know that a lot of people do, and I think watching a spooky movie, especially during the fall and Halloween season, is a must if you like scary movies. Or if you're like me and you don't like scary movies, you could just watch a fall themed movie like maybe the Snoopy movie or the Peanuts movie or something like that. Next, I have do fall crafts. I think this could be really fun. I know that DIY clay was in for a long time, where you can like make little magnets out of clay. You could do like leaves, you could do ghosts, you could do pumpkins. You can also just do any type of fall craft. You can make little keychains to put on your car or on your wallet out of yarn. I think that could be a great idea. Personally, I'm not the most artistic, but I'm trying to get better at it. Next, I have go to a coffee shop. This really screams Rory Gilmore to me. I think that she was always in coffee shops. She was always in bookstores and studying and stuff like that. And when I think of Gilmore Girls, I think of studying, and I think having a coffee in hand is the perfect way to study. And even if you're not in school anymore and you're like me, you can do work in a coffee shop. You can really just change the scenery of where you're getting everything done. Next, I have go on a scenic drive. This is one of my favorite things to do. Favorite things during the fall season because of all of the change of scenery. I love watching the colors of the leaves change, and I just think it's so fun to romanticize. Next, I have make pumpkin pie. For me personally, I think pumpkin pie is more of a Thanksgiving thing. I personally don't like pumpkin pie, but again, I love the smell of it. I think again, for me, it's just a texture thing. I don't like when things are mushy. I don't know if that's the right way to describe it, but I do love the smell and I do have fun making it. So I don't know, maybe this year we'll try it again and I'll like it. Next, I have go on a fall walk. I am a really big person of always staying active and wanting to be in nature as much as possible, and I love going on fall walks. I love the crisp air. I love the sweatshirt type of weather, and I also just again love looking at that change in scenery. Next, I have host a Halloween party. I love Halloween. I think I really grew a loving for it over the years, and I think having a fun Halloween party could be really fun. Last year, I was a little Bo Peep for Halloween. I didn't do anything because I was actually in Cancun for a wedding, but I did dress up before we went, and I still had some really cute pictures, so I tried to romanticize it the best that I could, but this year I hope I can do something for Halloween. Next, I have make pumpkin bread. There's a recipe going around TikTok that looks really good. I do like pumpkin. I just don't like pumpkin pie because of the texture, but pumpkin bread is so good, especially if you put some like chocolate chips in it. Oh my gosh, amazing. Next, I have soup. I love soup. I think soup is so good. Personally, I like tortellini soup or chicken noodle soup. Those are honestly my two favorites, and honestly probably the only two I'll eat, but they're so good. I want to make homemade soup this year so much. It reminds me of comfort. It reminds me of coziness, and just imagine how good and fresh your house would smell. Oh my gosh, I'm getting excited just talking about it. Next, I have go to a farmer's market. For me personally, I love farmer's markets. I think this would be more something to do in the end of August, beginning of September, or October, maybe the beginning of November, but at least in New Jersey and New York, it gets really cold here during November, so I guess it would just depend on how bad the winter is going to be, but I do really love going to farmers markets, getting some cute pictures, and getting some fresh produce, and of course some fresh flowers as well. Next, I have make homemade Halloween pizzas. I think having a pizza night is really fun and something that is really not romanticized as much as it should be. Even if you don't make the dough from scratch, I think it's really fun to just shape the pizzas into a little ghost or a little pumpkin, or if you want to do more fall themed, maybe like a little leaf, and then be able to have a little movie on in the background or a show, maybe Gilmore Girls, have a little cute little fall setup, have a night with your friends, have some drinks, and just make a little cute pizza. It's just so fun, and it's also really tasty as well, and you can put any toppings on it. Next, I have carved pumpkins. I love carving pumpkins. Last year, I made a heart, I made a bow, and then I just did a little jack-o'-lantern with heart eyes. It was very fun, and I would highly recommend it. And again, you can make like a whole party out of it, a whole little event with it with your friends or your family or your significant other as well, or you can just do it by yourself, whatever you prefer. Next, I have make a boo basket. I think these are so cute, and I really enjoy making boo baskets for my boyfriends, my boyfriend's family, my friends. For me, one of the things I love doing is giving gifts, so I like to romanticize baskets as much as I can, and I think it's a really cute idea to just be like, you got booed, and it's like all the stuff they like in a little boo basket. Next, I have fall donuts. The number one thing I can think of when I say this is apple cider donuts, especially after going apple picking or pumpkin picking. Oh my gosh, these are so good. I love apple cider donuts. You can also make them from scratch, which I think would be fun. Next, I'd go to a bookstore. Again, this is really Gilmore Girls coded and only reminding me of Rory Gilmore, but I think it could be fun to do, especially looking for one of those fall books. I have the Pumpkin Spice Cafe book, and oh my gosh, it's so good. I honestly don't love reading, but that book I can read over and over again, and maybe it's because I love fall, but it is a good book. Next, I have Jump in the Leaves. I think this could be really fun and a really good photo shoot idea. I think the pictures could be so cute, and also it's just fun to romanticize the falling of the leaves and all the different colors of the leaves. Next, I have a bonfire. Personally, this is something I do in like September or October, and of course be careful while doing it, but I think this could be really fun, and you can have a little whole night out of it and maybe watch an outside movie and have some s'mores. I personally am not the biggest fan of s'mores, but I do love graham crackers, and I think there's something so cozy about having a bonfire, watching a movie outside with some blankets, and having a little s'more to go with it. Next, I have go thrifting. This is something that you can obviously do whenever you want. It doesn't have to be during the fall, and some of these things will be yearly and not just in the particular season that I'm talking about, but I think going thrifting, especially for like back to school season, back to work season, there's just something so cozy about it and so fun about it. Next, I have a game night. I think this could be really fun, especially if the weather's bad. If it's raining outside, when I think of fall, I think of a lot of cozy nights and a lot of rainy days. So maybe having a game night with your friends, making some homemade pizzas or taking out pizza or something like that could be a really fun time. Next, I have Halloween treats. Although I don't go trick-or-treating anymore, I do like still having candy on Halloween and making Halloween treats as well. So if and when you have a Halloween party, you can have your Halloween treats there, or you can just have them on Halloween, eat some candy, bake some Halloween treats. That could be really fun. Next, I have a PSL. PSL meaning a pumpkin spice latte. I know I talked about this a little, but it just needed its own category because there's something so comforting and so warming about a pumpkin spice latte. Oh my gosh. You can also try to home make a pumpkin spice latte as well. Next, I have go Black Friday shopping. I love going Black Friday shopping. I try to go a little bit early because especially now I've realized that stores do put out their deals a little bit earlier. So I do try to go a little bit earlier to avoid the crowds, but it is a really fun time and I love going with my friends. Next, I have host a Friendsgiving. Personally, I love doing this. I did it 1 year and it was honestly so wholesome and so fun, and I definitely want to do it again when I get my own apartment again. Next, I have go to a cabin or go camping. For me personally, I'd probably go glamping because I don't think I could ever camp, but it is something that I want to do, and I think even just going to a cabin for me personally, maybe in the Poconos or in Pennsylvania or in upstate New York, I think that could be so fun and wholesome to do with your friends, and there's something about a cabin that just really reminds me of coziness. Next, I have light a fall candle. If you know me, you know I love candles, and there's something about candles that just scream comfort and coziness and a really crisp air fall day, and I love having candles on. I love the smell of them, and I again just think they're really cozy and aesthetic. Next, I have watch a fall baking show. I personally love watching baking shows. I think they are so fun to watch, and I think it's more because I grew up wanting to be a baker. I wanted to have my own bakery called Sammy Cakes. Obviously that did not happen, but I just think it is something that I really enjoy, and I love how everything is really seasonalized when it's that particular season, at least on the baking shows. Next, I have go to a sunflower field. For New Jersey, this is something you would either have to do now or like very early September, at least from what I've seen in the past. I know it does depend on the weather and how the season is coming, but I do think it's something that I definitely want to do, and you can do like a little photo shoot in the sunflower field with your friends as well. Next, I have look for fall jelly cats. Personally, I love jelly cats. I think they're so cute, and I know that the fall ones are coming out soon, and I'm very excited. I really want the teddy bear with the little pumpkin. I've been telling my boyfriend for so long, and I didn't realize it sold out, and I hope it comes back this year because I want it so badly, and I also think the pumpkin is really cute as well. Next, I have read a book while it's raining. Again, I love the Pumpkin Spice Cafe book. I believe it's by Rory Gilmore. Oh my gosh, it's so good, and I know she has other ones as well, so I definitely want to try out another one of her books this year, and I think that reading in a little nook or in your bed with some tea and just listening to the rain fall is just elite coziness. Next, I have wear fall outfits and change up your style, and I don't mean you need to get all new clothes. I just mean use what's in your closet and maybe try out a new look if that's something you do want to do, or if it's not and you just want to keep your same style because you really love it, perfect. I think it's fun to just put some fall outfits together and maybe have like a little fall fashion show just so you know what you want to wear this fall. Next, I've learned to knit. This is not one of my strong suits. However, I do think it's really cool and it is something I would love to do, and again, it just screams coziness to me. Next, I have get some Uggs. I always say this in all all of my videos, but getting Uggs in July and August is honestly key to finding the Uggs that you really want. I feel like when September and October come around, yes, it's peak Ugg season, but they're sold out everywhere. So here's your sign. If you do want new Uggs this year, if you can, get them now because they might be sold out when September and October come. Next, I go to a fall festival. I think these are so fun. There's so many fun activities that you can do, and I am very excited because I love going and looking at all the rides and also getting a good step-a-lee. Next, I have customize your phone for fall. Personally, I love customizing my phone and really romanticizing every single season. I already customized mine and I already have a video up about it. I think that for me, it just really helps me get into that mood, and even though I love fall, I'm a fall girl, when it comes to winter or spring, I really don't romanticize them as much as I should, and the second I customize my phone, I do feel a lot better. It helps me get into that season, so I would recommend if you don't like fall, and even if you do, taking some time and customizing your phone because it is a really fun activity. Next, I have make cinnamon rolls. I love making cinnamon rolls. I think this is amazing, and again, they smell so good, they taste so good, and there's something about cinnamon rolls that really just scream coziness and comfort to me. Next, I have wear some fall pajamas. I love PJ sets, especially during the fall. I know that Target, Walmart, American Eagle, even the TikTok shop has some really cute ones, and I already got mine for this year and I'm so excited about them. Next, I have make pumpkin pancakes. For me personally, I know that there's a recipe out there called like Luke's pancakes, which is from Gilmore Girls, and they're pumpkin pancakes. They're really good. But if you don't want to do that, you can also just make pumpkin pancakes from like the mix or looking up a recipe online. And then Target and probably Amazon and other stores as well has little molds for waffles and pancakes. I have the ghost one and the pumpkin one, and it just makes them look so cute. I'm obsessed with it. Next, I have go fall decor shopping. I know I said before to go decorate for fall, but I think it could also be fun to go to TJ Maxx, Home Goods, World Market, At Home, Walmart, Target, and just look at all the fall decor. Even if you don't necessarily plan on getting anything, for me personally, it's fun to just have a coffee in hand and look at all the cute decor that they have out. Next, I have try a new workout class. For me, I personally love Orange Theory, but I do want to try out some other workout classes with my friends. I really want to try out yoga, Pilates again, and also I want to do puppy yoga really bad, so I think that could be really fun. Next, I have make a fall Pinterest cake. I see these really cute cakes all over Pinterest and I think they're adorable, and I definitely want to do maybe like a little hosting party or just something around having a little cake night and making them all fall themed because I love baking. Next, I have do a haunted house cookie kit. I did this last year. It kind of reminded me of a gingerbread house, but it was just a haunted house instead of gingerbread. It was really fun. I finally learned how to get the house to stay up because usually the house would always fall down, and I had a great time doing it, so I would recommend trying it out. Next, I have a fall brunch or go to a fall brunch at a restaurant. I know some restaurants do have themes for their brunches, which I think is really good, and then I think also just hosting a fall brunch could be really fun as well, and I think it's also cool because you can also set it up exactly how you want, have it really fall inspired and autumn inspired. Next, I have plan out a Halloween costume. For me personally, I love doing this early because I'm not the type of person that could just plan 2 days before and have the perfect outfit. If you are, I'm jealous because I cannot do that. I've tried so many times. Next, I have an autumn picnic. I think this could be really cozy, really comforting, and especially if you pick like the perfect autumn day, it could be very fun. Next, I have write a thankful list. I'm always the type of person that really likes to express gratitude and remind people how thankful I am of them, and also just remind myself of everything in my life that I am thankful for. I think it's a really good way to express gratitude, whether you do it in a journal or actually express it to people or the things that you're thankful for. I would really recommend this because it really just puts into perspective how thankful I am for things for myself, and ever since I started doing it, I really do appreciate it. Next, I go to Trader Joe's and look for their fall items. I love doing this. I heard that this year, and I don't know how true this is, but I'll put the picture on the screen that I saw. They're coming out with mini Halloween tote bags. I am so excited. I don't know if you guys remember the hype about the little pastel tote bags, but I use them all the time. And if they come out with Halloween ones, I will actually be so happy. I am so excited already, and I also am really excited for the butternut squash mac and cheese that comes out because it's so good. Next, I have journal. I think that journaling, especially during the fall, is something that's just so comforting, so cozy, and really brings me down to earth, which I really like. I think sometimes trying to feel out all my thoughts could be very overwhelming, and writing them down is a lot easier for me. Next, I have a fall sleepover. You can really romanticize this and watch some fall movies, wear some fall PJs, do some fall self-care. Next, I have go to Spirit Halloween. I love Spirit Halloween. I don't necessarily get anything from there anymore, but it is a really fun time, and I just love looking at all the different Halloween costumes. Next I have a candlelit bath. I think this could be really fun while you're eating a little macaroon and having some candles on, having some self-care on your face, whether it's fall themed or not, and also watching a show. This is really reminding me of like Blair Waldorf when she has her macaroons in the bath. I think it's just so Gossip Girl coded, but also very fall themed if you make it that way, and also just very cozy and comforting. Next I have go to a corn maze. Personally, I don't know how well I do in these. I was in it once and it took me so long to get out, but if you don't go alone and you go with people, I think it could be really fun. Next I have go to a winery. Personally, I don't like wine, but I do like the experience of being at a winery and just having a good time with friends and family or your significant other. And if you do like wine, I think that September and October is the perfect time to go, especially if you're in New Jersey or New York, because the weather is starting to cool down, so it's not too cold but it's not too hot. Next I have dance in the rain. I think this could be really fun, especially because fall reminds me of rain, and I don't love the rain, but I think learning to romanticize the most of that season is really important. Next I have color fall pictures. I love coloring. Again, there's something about fall that really just reminds me of coloring and coziness and really romanticizing each night to the fullest, and I think that coloring is something that is so therapeutic for me. There is some fall coloring books on Amazon, and also the same book that I was talking about before, Pumpkin Spice Cafe by Lori Gilmore, also came out with a coloring book in Target, and I found it and I'm really excited to color it this year. Next I have make your own fall coffee, whether it's pumpkin spice or maybe caramel flavored or cinnamon flavored, whatever it may be. Learn to make your own. I think that could be really fun, especially if you love coffee. Next I have toast pumpkin seeds. I personally don't like the taste of pumpkin seeds, but I do like toasting them after carving my pumpkin. I think it makes the house smell so good, and also my family really likes them. Next I have make your own fall bucket list. I think making a bucket list is perfect for romanticizing a season, and I would highly recommend it. Next I have go ride bikes in the nature, whether you go on a hike or you go just to look at scenery. I again really think being in nature in fall is the best idea for me, and I love bike riding, so it's like a win-win. Next I have learned to cook. There's something about fall that again really reminds me of coziness and comfort. I don't know how many times I can say that, but that's really what it means to me, and that's why I love it so much. I love being cozy, I love being comforted, and I love just all the flavors that come with a good home cooked comforting meal, and I really want to get better at cooking. Next I have volunteer. I do put this in all of my bucket lists, but I think it's very important to remember to give back. I love volunteering. I have volunteered locally at food banks before. I've volunteered with animals before, and I think it's a really good way to give back and to help out the community, and I'm all about that. Next I have clean out your closet. Again, this is more of something you can do yearly, but if you're bored on a fall day, cleaning out your closet could be a really fun thing, and for me it takes all day because once I get in the cleaning mood, I want everything to look perfect. Next I have a kindness day. This can mean two things. It could be a kindness day for yourself where you're saying yes a lot to yourself, and or it could also mean just being extra kind to other people. I like to say all the time, you never know how much a nice compliment may make someone's day, and it could really go a long way. Next I have go to a zoo. I love going to the zoo, especially in September. Me and my boyfriend always go look at the animals. I really like being around animals. I love being in nature. Next I have watched Harry Potter. Me and my brother used to do this a lot growing up, and I just really love Harry Potter. I think that if you like Harry Potter, you should also read the books during the fall as well. Again, not something that has to be done during the fall, but it does remind me of those fall vibes. Next I have do a spooky paint by number. I love paint by numbers, but they do take me a very long time to finish because they are very time consuming, but I think doing like a fall or spooky themed one could be very fun. Next I have a fall crisp morning, really romanticizing your morning routine in the fall and making it very fall coded, Gilmore Girl themed, Gossip Girl themed, whatever it is that you like, and romanticize it into fall is always very fun. Next I have visit the Gilmore Girls town. I want to do this so badly. It's like 4 hours away from me, I think, so I hope one day I can do it, but I think it would be so fun to do, and I do really want to do it. Next I have go to a pottery class or a painting class, and again it could be all fall coded. There is a paint and sip near me that does all types of themes for each season, which I do want to go to. Next I have try fall snacks. Target comes out with a lot of fall snacks. I know Trader Joe's does as well, Walmart does, and I think trying all of them is really fun. Next I have go trick-or-treating. Whether you go for yourself or you go for someone in your family, I do think it is a fun thing to kind of just romanticize when I was growing up. Next I have hot cocoa. There's something about hot cocoa that just screams comfort. Next I have if you don't want to go trick-or-treating, you can hand out Halloween candy just to kind of still be in that Halloween mood. Next I have make a fall themed charcuterie board. I think this is really fun. TJ Maxx and Home Goods have really cute charcuterie boards. They have pumpkin ones, they have bat ones, they have ghost ones. You can also just use a charcuterie board you have at home and make the cheeses into little ghosts, into pumpkins and stuff like that. Next I have go on a hike. Again, I love being in nature. I think going on a hike is something that's really fun, especially in like September and October for that crisp air. I have a fall self-care night. I love doing this. I do it all the time during the fall, and again, it just really helps me be present in the season that we're in. And for me, that's not an issue for fall, but for other seasons it is, so it's just something that I like to incorporate in all my bucket list. And the last thing I have is romanticize fall. Romanticizing your seasons is really what's going to make you have the best season ever and the best year ever. And even though you may like one season and not another season, we don't really get to choose when they come, they just come. And the best thing we can do to be able to live our best lives are romanticize every single part of our lives and every single part of the season. So maybe you don't like the cold, but you love apple picking. Romanticize apple picking. Think about apple picking and how it makes you feel, and I promise it'll make your fall and all of your seasons so much better. That is it for my bucket list. I know it was very, very long, but I honestly love fall so much and wanted to give it so many ideas. If you have any other ones that I missed, please let me know. And if you stayed up until this point of the video, comment this emoji down below. Thank you so much, and I'll see you really soon with more fall content. I love you guys. Bye.